Hello, guys, and welcome. I hope I'm audible and live. Just starting Zoom.
Okay, so we're watching Uzbekistan versus Iraq.
Yes.
Looks like Uzbekistan has a lot of players,
Yeah. Actually,
and
Iraq has some exams going on, so that's the reason. Since past some weeks, they aren't getting those many number of players. But the captain said to me that next week when they are taking up against Australia, they're gonna bring some players.
well, that's great timing.
After this match, we have got a match between Uzbekistan and Iraq, also Pakistan and Kazakhstan at the same time.
Cool. Hopefully there should be some games to watch, unlike
Yeah.
the last one yesterday, where it was just one game and it was a bit of a mismatch as well. I mean, 1300 versus 1600 is not too bad.
Yeah.
300 versus 1500 is an interesting one.
Yes. Actually, I'm also surprised to see uh, only 1600, the highest rated from Uzbekistan, because they bring at least 10 to 12 players every match who are between range of 2200 to uh, 1500 players, 1500 rating. So I'm surprised to see only uh, starting from 1708 rating.
Yeah, well, a lot of the time, I think stronger players join late, because
Yeah.
they don't want that brief period of time to the opponent's element somehow look at their last games and prepare against them. Because I know, for example, I mean, sometimes what I've done is if you see that one person's clearly board one, I'd put them into opening tree, which is this opening software you can use, set it up, see their last month or two of games, so you can quickly prepare. If for example, I
that would be probably a forfeit win for Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
It's like it.
Oh, 10 seconds to find Area Nago or somebody else. But they're automatically losing so badly on the points too, right?
Yeah, they lost. Yep.
Okay. And it, for a forfeit loss, is that like what happens there?
Uh, your tie breaks go low, and Uzbekistan will get 100% average, whereas Iraq will get zero.
Yeah, but let's say they do it 2 weeks in a row, or is there and like they don't get
Yeah.
kicked out, right?
No, they get a warning if they do this for
Uh-huh.
times. Then they get a warning for this.
Okay. Yeah, because some leagues are really strict. Like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
fail to bring the players to 2 matches, this is in daily, not live, but in yeah, then you can get basically they put you in last place, like you cannot you're stuck in last place. That was
Harionago
like
just messaged me. She's saying the time is so bad. I'm in the day. Yeah, I made a bad decision. It should be only Friday and Saturday. Yeah, actually, Iraq has holidays on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and today there's no holiday for Iraq. And I was also surprised that they scheduled a match on Sunday, which they don't do. They always prefer to play on Saturday, Friday, or Thursday night. So I think that's also a mistake by her in scheduling the match.
Do we have a link to the Blitz? Will
Yeah,
be the next one, right?
yeah, I'll send you.
she didn't say about whether they're coming to the Blitz or not.
Nah, she didn't say anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we have got Pakistan versus Kazakhstan. I have just dropped message to the
Oh,
Kazakhstan admin that uh, to bring some players. I've messaged Krypton. When I had messaged him during Australia versus Kazakhstan, he did brought 14 players. So I hope he will bring tonight. Yeah, because Kazakhstan admin doesn't play. He works in a rural area. He goes to work in a rural area where there's no internet. So it's hard to get him to play the match also to negotiate with the opponent's captain. So I have to message him on WhatsApp. Then he goes home and checks up his message, and then he schedules match with the opponent team.
yeah. So the Blitz match between Uzbekistan and Iraq is being that's at 20 past for me. For you, Nimish, it would be 50. You got that half an hour time zone thing. Um, and then the other one's 10 minutes after that, the Kazakhstan, Pakistan.
Yeah. Well, Duglet,
Doug
yes,
with it.
yesterday I
Oh,
got received a message from Bangladesh captain. He was saying that uh, while inviting players to play against Australia, he had sent your YouTube channel to one of his high-rated top board player. So he didn't turn up for the match. He said that, oh gosh, this guy has got he's such a strong player, means you are such a strong player and you will definitely crush him, so he didn't join the match in fear of you.
That's quite funny. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I do games all the time, so like anyone. But I guess it's nice to have a reputation.
it's the Magnus effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Had you played Two Hin Tao before?
No, not for that. No, I mean he was. I think he was underrated for sure. Because if you like look at his rating graph, it was like shooting up recently, and he's mostly just been playing low rated players. So yeah, he was definitely like around my strength anyway.
Yeah. Oh. In daily, he's even more underrated. I had to play him in daily, and he was only about 1600, and yeah, I lost both games. He had a brilliant move in both games. he does like to sack. He is got Tal in his name for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, daily ratings are all over the place.
Yeah. Although he didn't sack anything against you, if I remember right.
Yeah, he just played good moves.
Yeah, it was a solid game. Yeah.
I mean, that second one was a bit annoying because, yeah, I think it was the one where the knight had two options. It could go back to c8 or a8, and he ended up getting trapped on c8, which just moved a bit hastily there, I guess. But knight a8 looks so awkward, but you need to get it out via c7. Yeah. Is there anything that we want to do in the meantime? Like, I don't know, we could do some puzzles or something. Otherwise, it's just like waiting for the 10 minutes.
Well, we can do some puzzles.
Finish, you're a bit of a puzzle fanatic, as far as I know.
Well,
You guys are gonna be way better than me, like 1,000 rating points better than me.
yeah, I actually dropped my puzzle rating from 3700 to 3200. I actually didn't did any puzzles for a year or more than that, so I dropped it.
Uh,
Yeah, I just had on a puzzle. I think you guys can see that on the YouTube stream probably.
sure.
Yeah.
Um, okay, the first thing to look at is Queen A3, but Queen A3, King C2, it's not obvious because there's not Bishop E4. So what do you both think?
I can't see it. I'm just imagining.
Oh, it's just hearing. It's on his live stream.
Oh, yeah.
So I put it on my phone on the right.
I think queen queen a3, then king will go to
Yeah.
b1, and then
I don't think
yeah.
you go to b1 because then you just drop c3 for nothing. And also then it's not. So the king's got to go to c2, but if it goes to d2, then it's actually it could go to d2 as well. But I don't think it will go to b1. But there's also there's not queen b2. Let me just try. So yeah, queen a3, king c2, a6, queen b3 is currently the problem.
Okay, let's play king
And
queen a3 then. Oh, it's wrong.
yeah,
It's
well, then maybe it's no, it's not. I don't think it's queen. I'm not sure, but it could be a6 as well. Because no, I think it's a6. Because a6, the queen has to go to the queen has to take the b pawn, and then we just play rook fb8. Because if it goes to b3, we have knight a5.
yeah. Let's try queen.
And if it's queen a4, then b5.
Oh, it's a6, yeah, and then
Yeah, a6.
then I think knight a5. Yep,
Yeah.
and then queen captures the queen.
Well, yeah, we win bishop.
Yeah.
Or that.
The next puzzle.
Okay. Now I can see it. Now I went to YouTube so I can. Wait to move.
White to move. The
I
move
think
which that
be
protects your
b4, right?
position.
b4.
Yeah.
b4,
Yeah.
b4, queen b4, c3, queen c5, bishop a3.
E4.
Yeah. Actually, this puzzle seems to be of the Scandinavian opening, I reckon.
It looks really weird because white's missing that.
Yeah.
The main point is the bishop is under attack, and if we can keep attacking the queen, then we'll take the bishop next. So b4 and the bishop stays under attack, so the queen has to take it, and then c3 is played, which means the queen is under attack and the bishop's still under attack, and so after the queen takes the c5 pawn, you can play bishop to a3, which skewers the queen to the bishop, and also yes, defended by the knight. And as far as I can see, there's no more checks from black, so you should just win a piece.
Yeah. b4 is the right, then playing c3. Yeah, and now bishop a3. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. I would not have gotten that one.
It was kind of a process of elimination because there wasn't. This wasn't.
I would have just played c3.
Yeah. Then c3 is the move that I would probably play if I didn't think there was a win as well, right? If I'm playing instantly, I would just play c3.
Well, I think in this puzzle, the first move will be queen a8.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then rook g7.
And then rook g.
Yeah.
So
Let's play the queen move first so we could see, because sometimes they don't do
Yeah.
optimal
Yeah.
defensive
This is
moves.
right. And
it's
now,
true.
I think G7,
Yeah,
Rook G7.
yeah. Oh,
Uh,
okay. I mean, you can make a draw as well. Like queen a5 doesn't change anything.
uh,
Yeah, now it's got to be queen a5,
yeah.
right? And e6, queen a7,
Queen
or king d6. Hmm.
Queen B6. I don't think Queen B6 is the move.
No, I said if they play b6, then
Okay.
we go
Okay.
queen a7. Uh, huh. check, check, and then king e8. You can trade queens. Might be a win-win game.
Yeah. Here they are saying you can win a material from me.
Hmm.
Yeah. So there's rook g6, which forces king e7, and then queen takes e5, and the king can't go to d8 because then rook g8's mate. So the king has to step to the f file, in which case you can win the queen with rook f6
Yeah.
check.
So Rook G6 first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then B Queen B4.
Yeah. And then queen rook f6.
Is it Queen B4 or Queen E4? E5. I reckon.
Queen d4. Queen e5. Yeah, queen e5.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think we
You're
have to.
right, Chris. They don't play the optimal defense. I didn't see what we were meant to do. They ran away to buy d7 and tried to escape. It just played because it probably played. There was probably some checkmate in the other line, but it might have been harder to see than this one, where you just win, where like moves are more obvious. But the algorithm doesn't know the difference between like the moves that are hard to see and the moves that are easy to see. It just thinks the best one.
I think we have to quickly move to the game because
Yeah, I agree.
2 minutes are left.
Yeah, 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Let's see, they raise an army.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I have started solving the uh, puzzles of from the Woodpecker book.
Oh, I heard good things about that. I
Yeah.
didn't try that one.
I actually had a PDF. I have a PDF of that book, and then I started solving the day, and I solved 229 puzzles on the in the first 24 hours, and I found that there's leeches. There are also the Woodpecker book, which is also free to solve puzzles. So I started solving through the book, through the leeches, because through the PDF, if you solve, you have to arrange it on a board, on a real board, so it consumes time. Rather than that, you can just do on leeches.
Wait, in the PDF, I'm assuming they have a picture of the. They've got a picture of the starting position, right? So, do they not have like a picture in the starting position? So you just solve it and then you like check the back of the book, right? That's normally how it works.
Yeah, that's a PDF. Means I think it's about uh, 900 or 1000 pages PDF. I had actually got it from the Russian FIDE master during the COVID time. So it was there in my device. It's still there on this device, on my tablet, from which I'm streaming.
So Iraq just canceled another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they get a warning now, or when you said 2 matches, you mean like
2 weeks.
yeah, against 2 teams? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then the third one, and this one's at 1 o'clock. Well, 1 o'clock for me in 40 minutes. And
Yeah.
There's one in 10 minutes, which is
Yeah.
the
Kazakhstan, Pakistan.
yeah.
and I actually don't think it's going ahead. So.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't have exams or whatever's
Yeah.
holding back.
No, I think Pakistan is having 9:30 p.m. at their time, whereas Kazakhstan must be probably couple of hours behind Pakistan. I can see 4 players from Pakistan, whereas Kazakhstan has got an army.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon 10 players have joined from Kazakhstan.
Yeah. And again, you need 12, right?
Yeah.
This is a league where 12. Okay.
I think it's a must-win matches for Kazakhstan and Pakistan, both the teams, because if you look at the points table, I think Kazakhstan is at the bottom with just 1.5 points out of the 9 matches they played, and Pakistan is with they had a forfeit draws against India, and they lost 3-0 against China. And I'm just looking at the points table. I can see Pakistan with uh, 3 points at 7th position, and the team above them is with 4 points. That's Uzbekistan. Oh, they'll go to 7 points. Yeah.
And what about Kazakhstan? Have they failed to show up once? I feel like
Yes.
they failed one time too.
Yeah, they failed against Bangladesh in the round one.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Zorez from Pakistan comes. I want to watch him play.
I'll have to message the Pakistan captain quickly whether the players are joining. Because last match Pakistan had 14 to 15 players against China. They had 14 in bullet, 12 in blitz, and 13 in rapid against China. 6 players have joined, which is good.
I don't recognize any of those names
I just know
from.
Ali, who is the captain of Pakistan, and also
Okay.
Smalley 786. I have faced him before, I reckon.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Or else I have seen him playing against Australia. Yeah, I have seen him playing in the past some matches and against Australia.
Okay, up to 7 now.
Yeah.
There's Zorez now. He's the 8. Zorez is in the club that Nimish and I are in called King of the Hill team, and he's apparently a coach as well. Are you a coach, Duglet?
I did do some coaching, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I think
Yeah, it seems like anyone
the Zoom
above
meeting
2000.
will end up
Yeah.
in 8 minutes.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to
Better to
rejoin. Yeah.
We should just end it now then, because there's that 9-minute lag, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We can do it now.
Hmm?
Yeah. We can just
Yeah.
rejoin it after uh, leaving this meeting, ending this meeting. It will take 10 minutes gap to we have to restart the next Zoom meeting because I am having a free account, so it takes 10 minutes break.
Uh,
Yeah, so we'll
Okay.
rejoin after
Okay.
like
Yeah.
9-10 minutes. Guys, Duglet will be there. All the Chris and Duglet will be there due to some Zoom. I think Duglet can join through Discord. Yeah. I'll just call Duglet actually. Yeah, hi mate. Actually, I thought that you can join through Discord for till the Zoom meeting is getting rescheduled.
I mean, it would probably be better to have all of it on Discord in the future if Chris can get Discord. But okay. Looks like they got 14. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost 14.
Well,
My mic on.
okay. So it's starting in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Wait, what is the meeting?
The Zoom meeting will be start in the next 8 to 9 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll watch the top board match.
Sure.
It's Smalley versus Nissim.
Yeah. Openini. Or let's see, is Benko? No. He's the-
pawns are normally quite good for white, I think, now. But
Yeah.
like rook e1, yeah, bishop f4 is good as well. But there's now knight h5. Oh no, there's not. The pawn doesn't.
Yeah.
It looks pretty passive. Yeah, you could have got knight b5 there, I think.
Yeah. Well,
This is still okay. Queen c7. What now? Queen c2 maybe? Okay, b2 is now hanging. Not taken. They, okay, now knight has d6. This is a nice outpost. Okay. Yeah, but that's not a good move. A4, A5 is a very good move. Probably you have to play f5. Okay. Knight d6 takes the pawn.
yeah.
Yeah. Now queen takes bishop c5. I mean, okay, white. Yeah, white's completely winning. Yeah, just take the pawn with the bishop. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what he wants actually.
Yeah. Actually, I was also thinking because bishop into c5 was good.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. Now there's bishop f1 and then this d-pawn's moving.
Yeah.
Okay. You could play bishop c5 again. Goes to c5. Maybe bishop c4. Okay.
Okay, so going for exchange.
Yeah. Well, these two pawns should just win.
Yeah.
But you could try f4 here. Black should try f4.
F4.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and bishop d2, you should just go for e3. Probably try e3 and then pawn takes f3. But that was a good move.
Yeah.
Okay, now e7. E7 and yeah, queen f7 should be game over. Okay. I guess, yeah, this is allowing for rook f8, and yeah, rook f8 blunders now to d7. Not played.
Yeah.
Okay, e7.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is it's mate in 8 for white.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
It
the exact-
resigns. So its the current score is 2-all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
French time. Okay, we're going to see a winner next classical. F4, C5. Okay. Looks fairly normal. I don't actually know how to play this very well, but okay. Bishop probably belongs. Oh no, you can put the bishop on d3 actually. Yeah, bishop should probably go to d3. Okay, queen b6. Or that. I was gonna say white sometimes threatening knight takes.
No, I think it
E5?
was a bad move for white castling on long castling.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. You're running into b5, b4.
And after he castled, the engine suddenly went to -2. And,
Alright.
and I think Pakistan has got a good lead, 6-3.
Yeah, they do.
6, 7, 8. But I think four
Yeah, 5 now.
points. They have to win with a margin of more than 8 to win this match.
Yeah. Yeah, rook b8 is a good move. Rook. King is getting crushed.
I think it's horse.
Or maybe not.
Oh,
Maybe yeah, B2 is good as well. It's game over. You gotta play King C2.
yeah.
King C2, Queen B3, return, and just be sad in the corner.
I think it's mating. It's mating 3. Oh, he missed that.
Yeah, I didn't see main 3. But actually, White's regrouping. White's kind of back. Knight D4. Yeah, White's surviving. Queen D2. He's clawing back. I don't know. I think this could easily slip away. Take that. Take the knight.
Yeah. I think probably he'll go with. Okay. So it was mating 6, but it's another miss.
Okay, King C. No, not King C2. Queen C2.
Yeah. Mm,
Okay, Queen returns to A4 now. Should seal it. It's a weird move. I don't know what it's doing. Rook A6 doesn't make sense because you'll just take a pawn. Okay. Can you not just take that with the king? Oh no, then there's Queen B5. I guess this gets it done too. Okay, now Rook returns.
Yeah.
That was a nice little dance he did. Rook B6, Rook A6, Rook B6.
okay. Queen's gone.
But White's fighting. Yeah, he's all in. Okay.
Now it's easy for black.
It's not super easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just kind of 7 to 5.
Yeah.
We'll watch the next match between Oli 808 versus Smart Bit.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, Oli is the captain of Pakistan.
Looks like Ali's getting killed.
Yeah.
Especially if they played knight G5. Okay.
Yeah, so Kazakhstan has got a victory in this match.
Yeah. We go to the next one.
Yeah.
That's an interesting position.
It's checkmate. Yeah. Okay, so 8 to 5. Two games are left. Just new.
Oh, I don't like that queen trade.
Pardon?
I don't know if you know. This is Victor Chesney versus Victor. I think White's got some chances with the queens off.
Yeah.
Okay, not anymore. Now Black's playing for the win. Oh, mate won.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
And the last game just ended as well.
Yeah, but
Pakistan
due to penalties, Kazakhstan will win. So.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it becomes +4 to -4. Final score will be Kazakhstan 11, Pakistan 5. I think we can now move on to the Zoom.
Yeah.
Yep. next match. Well, so next match is starting in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Chris to join. Done.
Connected as magnet.
Huh?
For your magnet?
That's my name.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, I just quickly updated the points table.
I didn't just randomly name myself Magnets. It's actually my name.
Oh, okay. So in 4 minutes, there's Kazakhstan versus Pakistan in Blitz.
Yeah.
Alright. And then also, in about 13 minutes,
Yeah. Iraq
there's
versus
supposed... Yeah,
Uzbekistan.
right, okay.
I can see 8 players from Uzbekistan have joined, whereas from Iraq only one.
Okay, well,
I think Australia will be going at 7th or 8th position after today's match.
okay.
Yeah.
And it's very normal for live matches just to not... I mean, I guess with these bigger clubs, you should get decent turnouts, but yesterday we challenged this club called Variants Are the Best. They have like over 3,000 people to a rapid match, and no one came. Like, how can the
Probably
club...
wasn't a variant game.
Pardon?
I guess maybe it wasn't a variant game.
Yeah, it wasn't, but the owner said yes, so I mean, and still, like, it's not, there's so many people in there that play. I think, I don't know, I haven't been in that club for a while, but
I think most of them aren't aware of it, of the match, probably.
no, but you get a notification when it's 1 hour.
No, I don't get any notifications.
You can turn them off or on.
Yeah, you get one at 1 hour before, and then you get another one at 2 minutes before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I used to get, but nowadays it's rarely that I get such notifications.
I don't know. Things are falling apart with chess.com. There's so many things right now. There's even right now there's this bug that it doesn't even count the score right in daily matches. I haven't seen it yet in live matches, but in some daily matches, it's not like it might be 4-3, and it's showing 5-2 as the score between the clubs in the match. And then you can fix it if you're a super admin. You can fix it, but there's this thing called sync scores, and then it just like recalculates them and gets it right. But it's just ridiculous. It started about 8 or 9 days ago, and they haven't fixed it yet.
But I think
Like, they've
that
also got the game review book as well.
Yeah.
So, like, when you finish your game, and I don't know if you both get this, but I have to, like, click off and then scroll down on the side of the notation if you want to use the game review rather than it used to pop up in the middle, but now it's just a loading screen. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I've seen that, but no, that's not happening for me right now. But I have seen that before, and I did hear someone else say that recently too. So yeah.
the match has started.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's MIXAQ taking on PSG from North Korea.
Unlikely, but
I think Pakistan is having advantage on most of the boards. Wow, Kazakhstan has got a lead. 1903 defeats 2079. That's Kuwans from Kazakhstan defeats Rathod Chess.
yeah, well, it looks like they just resigned, so
Yeah.
0 victory. Well, seeing a knight off, white wants control of the d5 square, but they trade. I'm assuming they're probably gonna go for like rook e1, knight to e3. So knight d2, knight f1, knight e3 is one of the main plans for white here. So I expect rook e1. definitely has a better time in the end game because this c2 pawn is actually weaker than the d6 pawn. Okay, white kind of gives up b2. I don't know. You can probably take b2 here. Yeah, counter-attacking the white queen. So if we see, okay, we don't see that. Okay, now I think white's clearly better.
Yeah.
Yeah, black's in big trouble because taking on f6 is coming. And then it will be bishop g4 to f5, and they're just going to bring the queen in, and it's going to be a checkmate with some rook lift. The light squad will be so weak.
Yeah. I think
Okay, yeah.
this is also good because now if knight takes queen, then probably white will go with knight into a6.
Well,
Black.
white completely winning here because you can just take the bishop first and then play queen c1, which attacks the knight and the h6 pawn.
Oh.
Okay, I don't know if this was good.
No, it wasn't good because now the position is equal.
Right. Yeah, because the knight f6 is only strong when the queens are on. So
Sorry. I was just gonna say there could be a skewer on the B file if the queens get traded.
yeah, white doesn't want to trade queen. White's got to play queen a2 or something.
Oh.
The problem is knight d3.
Well, what about queen into queen, rook into queen, rook a2, and then
Knight d3 there. There's knight d3.
yeah.
So queen c2, rook c2, rook a2, knight d3, knight c2, and the problem is there's knight e1 attacking the bishop and the rook. If rook c3, knight f3, rook f3, bishop e8, black's up 2 pawns there. So forward to trade queens. I think if white trades queens, white will just lose.
Oh, yeah.
And then they trade.
Truly said, because now the white's position is a bit bad. It's like minus 0.7.
Yeah, but that was the right capture, I think.
Yeah. I think black is losing the b7 pawn.
Yeah, but yeah, they're gonna probably go knight c4, or no, maybe they should go knight d3 5.
Yeah, knight d3. Then probably they could exchange the rooks. Like knight d3, rook into b7, then so his then I was saying rook c1 check, then rook gets exchanged.
Maybe.
Yeah, now he has exchanged up his.
It looks pretty drawish though, because the pawns can't make much progress yet. And in fact, black just
Did he
sacrificed.
blunder a pawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a sacrifice. He wants to go e4, so he takes an e4. But the thing is, there's bishop e2, and then rook c2, and then bishop a6. I think this is a mistake. Yeah, wants e4, but now there's going to be bishop e2 to a6. Actually, no, because both rooks are under fire. So you have to get the other rook out of danger first. So I guess rook d1. Oh no, that move looks, but maybe it's okay.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. The position is
Yeah.
drawish. This was a blunder. Oh,
Well, a close
Yeah,
game.
but
yeah.
that's what I was saying. It looked very very risky. They must have got lucky with bishop e2 then.
I think it's checkmate now. No, yeah.
Okay. Just double the rooks up on the first.
Yeah.
Probably play something like G2 or something to give the king some way to run out. Oh,
I think he could have
E3, I
actually
mean.
played rook e1 and then doubled up his
Yeah,
rook, and
that's
then
what I was thinking.
bishop d4 was fine, protecting the a pawn, stopping the a pawn. Oh,
Okay.
it's made into
Oh
checkmate.
no.
So
The
Pakistan
money.
leads 6-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Pakistan has to win with a margin of more than 2 points.
We'll exchange slump. What a treat. Okay. Actually, this is interesting now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They meant to go knight f6, I guess, to swap this.
Hardly anyone plays exchange. Like I play the Slav, but nobody takes that pawn against me. They play the knight c3.
Yeah.
That's what I'm used to facing. I go for the exchange.
Yeah, the exchange is just very good for black. Well, not good, but it's like just completely.
Yeah.
I like white's position a lot now, though. White can play rook c1, bishop b1, and queen d3. Is a very, very typical arrangement to try and provoke g6 or some f pawn push, and then you can get in because of all these weak pawns created. You can start playing like h4 and g4. So yeah, I think white's going for this bishop to b1, queen d3. This is very good.
Oh, okay. So this guy knows his theory.
Yeah, I mean it's not so much theory as it is just like you see it in the French as well. So it's just like a short idea, I guess.
Okay.
Because I think queen d3 just wins. I don't even know what that's doing. Because knight f5 is g4, knight g6 is knight h4. So I think the black is dead.
Okay.
But we'll see.
What would you play as black now? Just G6 or
I would play knight. I would play knight g6 and hope they don't play knight h4. Because g6 just gives bishop h6, which is just not good.
Yeah.
And the problem is that on knight g6, knight h4, if they play queen takes d4, there's knight takes g6 check, and then pawn takes queen takes. Okay, so they go for this.
Well, I think okay. Yeah, it was a free pawn. Also, white has attack coming on the queen side by playing knight b5, and then probably push his a pawn, attacking the bishop, and then probably settle your knight on d6.
He didn't even take the rook.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that was pretty
Yeah, you don't want
surprising.
the rook. Yeah, the bishop's really good. Now just trades queen h3 and it's over.
Oh,
Just take the knight, queen h3.
yeah. I think
Actually, does
queen
No,
h3
it's not.
and then knight g7 is also coming up. for black, so I think black will defend it.
So what? If you were to take a knight and then play
No.
queen h3, how does?
Yeah. If you take a knight, then queen into knight, then queen h3, and then knight to g7.
Yeah, queen h6, and then knight h5, bishop takes g6. It doesn't matter. But
Yeah. Queen h3 seems like a killer.
yeah, you can't stop it. That's pretty nasty. Didn't take the rook, and yeah, you see the black bishop really
He
wants to be
resigned.
going back. Okay. Got Smiley. You want to look at that one?
Yeah. I think that should be easy win for Smalley. That should
Yeah.
be easy win for Smalley.
So white's up a piece.
F into bishop, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
he
show mine.
resigned. Yeah, 11-4.
Pakistan's got a good team.
Yeah,
This is an interesting in-game.
yeah.
Oh no.
Smart Bix is winning against Omer.
Is winning.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, because you can hide behind the pawns, right? So if you play f5 here. Okay. Wait, is it still winning now? Because you can
Yes.
play rook f8.
yes, it's still winning.
Oh, no, you can't play rook f8. Because then the pawn drops, of course. Now you can play rook f8 though. No, you can't.
Oh, it's a
because
draw
rook
now.
e5.
It's a draw. It's a draw now.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I think surely black winning with these two pawns.
No, it's showing that it's a draw.
Yeah, but practically I think black's gonna win. There's no. I don't know why they just wasted two rook moves when they could have pushed a pawn, but. Yeah, there's no chance white draws this. This looks so bad. Just play king g3. Oh no, you've got to take the pawn now actually. Just take the pawn. Okay, white's winning.
Nah, it's still a draw. It's still a draw.
Takes f2.
Oh, it's
Okay, now what?
black is winning now.
Huh? Thanks.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I see. White is winning. Okay, so it's uh in the reverse direction for me. Yeah. Okay, so
Oh.
Omer
Oh,
is
wait.
winning. Okay.
Huh?
Omer, the white Pakistani guy is winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just have to get to the second rank because there won't be any more.
Yeah, he resigns. 14-4. I think Pakistan won this match. Well, Chess Noob versus Grey Cat. Oh,
Well, it looks like one of them's just
Oh, it's made in 5 now.
Yeah, well, rook d7, yeah.
Yeah. Rook e7.
Maybe the check was a bit more accurate, but
Yeah. Now it's made in 2.
okay, queen g7.
Yeah,
Okay.
checkmate.
Pull that.
The 2 games are remaining. Blacklist 50 versus Nuriki. Blacklist 50 is absolute winning this.
Let's see the technique. Looks good.
I'm switching to the last game between Kimas and Gulgam Rasul Bhati.
Interesting position.
Yeah.
You can't quite trade queens and go for the fork because of the pin and the e-file.
I think he'll blunder this. I think he'll blunder this. Gulam Rasul. He'll go with
Oh no.
Yeah.
They did literally exactly what I said. No. Yeah, that's not good.
I just hope Black doesn't go with King H.
Yeah.
He didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Now probably Rasul Gulam has realized it that he has blundered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gone. Made in 1.
I think that was basically black resigning or white resigning.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 16-6, so it will be 15-7. So Pakistan have made a comeback in the blitz match, and now it's time for the decider, the rapid.
Is there another match going on?
No, the Uzbekistan versus Iraq got forfeited. I think more 20 minutes left for the match to start. And also on Zoom I can see 10 minutes time remaining for meeting to end.
Yeah.
Probably
So we'll just
probably we can do some puzzles till then. Yeah.
So then, you want to do. Wait, then you want to end the meeting now, or?
Pardon?
Or do you want to do? You're saying you want to do some puzzles for 10 minutes, and then it should be back after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, so I have switched to puzzle. Take a careful look at the board. Do you see a way to win material? Speak louder, your voice is low. Please turn up the volume. Broadcasting setting. Nimish, where are you now? According to your watch, you are not in Australia. Please write your answer. I can't hear you as well. Oh. Hello guys, I hope I'm audible. Well, I have increased my volume. Well, my volume wasn't heard properly in the YouTube stream. The LCL director said this. Yeah, so moving on to the puzzle. I think probably rook into g4. Yeah, and then queen has to move, and then we can give some check and capture the
The
white rook.
problem
Yeah.
I'm looking at is that after queen c6, black's threatening queen e8 checkmate. So you have to, white's threatening queen e8 checkmate. So we have to have some kind of forcing check sequence that either win the rook with check or gives checkmate. Otherwise, do won't win. So there's rook g4, queen c6, rook f4, king e2. But on rook f2, king d1, I don't see a clear follow-up because queen h5, king c1, queen g5, there's king d1 and the king's escape. So unless it's queen f2 in that line, then it would be king d1, queen f2, and yeah, and that line also fizzles out. So
Well,
Are you getting some feedback? Should I mute or lower my volume or something?
no, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
oh wait, oh no, it's actually no, it's rook g4 because rook g4, rook g4, queen c6, rook f4, king e2. There's rook take rook e4, and then on king d1, you just capture the rook with a check because the queen's also attacking it.
Okay, so rook g4 the first move, queen into c6, and now rook f4, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's wrong. Okay, so I think probably queen h3 check.
That
Yeah, that's right. And then I reckon rook g2 check.
oh right.
Yeah, and yeah, he captured the queen.
Yeah.
Next puzzle. What? Well, knight knight c3, then knight into knight, and then
About stack the queen and then.
well, I think probably
That doesn't work.
Well, it doesn't work.
queen into rook,
I don't think.
and then queen into rook, king takes queen, then fork the king and capture the rook.
It's a mate in 2.
Okay.
Oh, something silly like queen f1 and then just
Try it. Yeah, you want the more forcing option because on queen f1, they could potentially take the knight with a check.
Yeah, I think probably d6. No,
yeah, kind of.
d6 could be possible. What do you think?
Hmm?
d6.
What was it? D6?
Yeah.
Why?
Wow. That's like there's not too many puzzles like that. If it's that, I'm gonna.
No, I found the solution. It's a main too. I thought it was quite nice.
Yeah.
So.
Because no, I think d6 will be wrong because then bishop takes the knight.
Yeah. You have to. You can see right that the king has no legal moves at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So and if you put the knight, which is on e4 currently, where the queen is, then that would be a checkmate because the knight on d4 is covering the two squares. So you need to find a way to get the queen out of that square, whilst also not allowing white to play any useful moves like taking the knight on e4 with a check. So you need to find a forcing move that basically could allow you to swap the knight and the queen around.
Oh, so yeah, f3 check, queen f3 check.
Yeah, exactly.
Queen f3 check. Oh. Yeah. Queen f3 check, right. And now it's checkmate. Yeah. I reached wood 7.
Sorry, some of these puzzles crack me up, but
Yeah.
it's just because I'm not good at not good at chess. But no.
I think
It's
our
all just-
Zoom meeting will probably end, yeah, in less than a minute. We can rejoin.
Alright.
We can rejoin. Yeah.
Okay.
Be in 10 minutes, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, I have to connect Duglet quickly. $36 left. 14 players. Oh, so the match will start with wow. 12 players from both the side will switch on with the first game. The problem is still the time of 10 minutes haven't been over. I think it's done now. Yeah. So you guys can join Zoom. Yeah. Duglet has joined in.
I am.
Yeah. Uh, just messaging Chris to join.
Mm-hmm.
So 12 players from both the teams.
Yeah.
But I think Kazakhstan is having an upper hand on this. Okay, so 1-all. Rathod just won against Rinat. Wow. Kazakhstan has only got players between the rating range of 1796 to 1427. Only the top board is 2007.
Yeah, Pakistan's definitely a bit ahead in the region. Board 1 looks good for Blackfoot,
Yeah.
which is Kazakhstan.
Wow, it's 2-1 Kazakhstan. Aksar Musin won against Kilak Queen, and Salau 008 won against James Bond 007.
Yeah, one of them randomly resigned, the other one actually got affected.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's not. Wait, why did they resign? That's the way to do it. Fair enough. Board 1. Black probably wants to exchange a couple of pieces. Play a6 so you can stop the b pawn from ever getting by. e5 is a good break. But I think concretely here it's probably not the way, because white can now capture on e4, and after e4 there's knight e5.
Yeah.
And white doesn't have to lose a pawn, and the d file will open up. And before black could just have complete control. h3 looks a bit fishy. pawn here.
I think black has weakened the white pawn structure, because I can see like space space pawn on the white pawn structure. The c pawn is doing nothing and he's a lonely pawn, and then there's attack on the b2 pawn, which I think is defendable by playing moves like bishop to d3. Well,
Yeah,
now he loses the pawn.
Yeah. It's just bishop b2, bishop f6, and then
Yeah.
there's nothing all the way.
Oh, he didn't took that. Okay, he wanna attack
Yeah,
the bishop.
well, yeah, it's a weird move, I think. Bishop c3 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely black had better moves. Okay, so a6 should be played.
Yeah.
Actually, you can play b5, yeah. But b5 is really bad. Yeah, b5 is terrible. Because, yeah, the c5 pawn's dropping.
Yeah.
They're moving so fast. What are they doing? Okay, now the d pawn's running. d4, d3. And this knight's untouchable because of the pawn on c6. Okay, I don't know what that move is. Wow, they're moving so fast.
Yeah.
Now this a pawn can just run down. Black is completely winning. Because, yeah, white can never win the pawn because the king and pawn end game's winning.
King d5 now.
I think black's better off playing a3, a2. Because otherwise, if you play king d5, then white will play king a3. And it's a bit inaccurate. But this is fine as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just going to trade on g3 and then the e pawns pass. Yeah.
King f3.
Now he's
and now it's winning.
huh?
I was thinking king f3 because then the pawn was under attack and
Well, you wouldn't be able to take the pawn because the e pawn would hang. So black's doing the right thing.
okay.
Yeah, they shouldn't have played g4. They should have played h4 and then g4.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's still winning.
Sorry guys, I didn't turn my video on, but I've been here for
Yeah.
a little bit.
Alright. Yeah. Basically, they both blitzed into this using endgame, and then black's made it a lot harder than it had to be. because now you have to break through this third rank defense,
Yeah.
which there's no pawn pushes that you can do it with. So black's gonna have to play something like king e5 and king d4, and then move the rook to the f6 square and start attacking the f2 pawn.
I think
But-
rook. I think move like rook d6 and then continue further with rook d3. Try to bring your king in the third rank and then attack the f pawn and push your g and e pawn for promotion.
Yeah, that one's cheap. But black's continuing to do weird things, like pushing this a pawn didn't make a lot of sense because, okay, well they've relinquished. Yeah, because like you said, Nimish, you want to have the b3 square under control for your rook to use it. But okay, rook f5 seems like the obvious move. So you can go king e5 and then attack f2. Let's see if
Yeah.
it finds it.
I think this was a good move. Now he's
Yeah, okay. Winning the pawn.
win the pawn. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all the games.
Which game are you guys watching?
The top board
We
game.
watched
The top Mixac against.
Yeah. I think now it's king g3 coming up. Okay.
Alex not bad.
I think now just push the g pawn. g3. Okay, this is also fine. h4.
Yeah, this is good technique.
I think promote now. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the g pawn can walk down and promote to a rook.
Yeah.
Can pre-move that.
And checkmate. It's now forced checkmate in 3. So Kazakhstan leading 6-4.
e4 and a Sicilian. Did these two play last time? I can't remember. Ooh, Smith Mora. And the d5. I think this is just an elephant now, right? It's black. Okay. White can now take the pawn. Yeah. Actually, we're gonna end up in a Caro-Kann, I think. By a really weird position.
I think queen into d4, knight takes d5, bishop c4. How is that idea?
No, I don't think that's the way. Cause
Yeah, he opted. He
Okay.
opted for that.
Queen d4 I think is a bad move because you want to have the pawn on d4 and the knight on c3.
Yeah.
But because the IQP is good for white in this position. Now it's just equal, but white might even be a bit worse because the knight can't go to c3. Yeah, black should probably play knight c6, I think. Just get some development on the queen. Because both the queens are staring at each other, neither player really wants to take and activate a knight further. So the reason why black I think is better here is because black is able to develop their knight to c6 while white can't develop their knight to c3. So I think black's the choice. I don't know what the engine's saying, but
It is equal. It is equal. I actually thought when black. Oh no, I was thinking of pinning knight, but it was controlled by the queen.
yeah, I think e6 was a mistake. They should have played knight b6 and then got the bishop out and then played e6
Yeah.
because now their bishop is locked in.
Still, the engine is showing it's equal.
Yeah, but practically, white can consider taking this knight here and going for the IQP because there's no more queens on the board. So for the end game, white will have decent chances.
Yeah, he took.
Yeah, he goes for it.
Don't you think that bishop should have been? Oh, I guess.
I think
if
he'll
you
go
put it a
with
little
rook
farther,
e1.
then the b pawn might have attacked it. Okay.
I think rook e1 probably here.
I don't know. I think white's just gonna go bishop e3 and then control the d4 square.
No.
So they should just go bishop e3, knight d2, knight b3, and then try and start attacking that pawn in the center. And yeah, eventually they'll start trading pieces. I think white's definitely clearly better. Maybe black needs to somehow get this light square bishop to a good square, but it's quite hard to do because the knight, if you play bishop g4 for example, the knight will just jump into d4 and then why is the bishop on g4? And if it goes to f5, what's it doing on f5? It's not really doing anything either. So it's hard to find a good square. It's passive on e6, it's not doing anything on g4. It's not doing anything on f5, and g4 is just like one move, and the white knight will jump out. So probably it should go to f5.
Really? Okay.
What if we had played bishop f4 and then played knight to d2?
With what, knight to d2?
Instead of bishop e3, I was thinking bishop f4.
Well, the bishop on f4 isn't doing that much, other than controlling some extra central squares, I guess, and the knight to e5, but that's already under control. And it's much more important that we control the d4 square at the moment, because that's the square in front of the isolated pawn. And to win isolated pawn positions, you want to blockade the square in front of it, not by putting pieces there, but by having your pieces control the square in front so it can never move forward. And then eventually, white will try and regroup their forces and maneuver double up their rooks on the d file, for example. And maybe they'll put a bishop on, a knight on e3 as well, or an f4.
He played bishop g4, which I thought was right.
Yeah,
Well,
the
I
thing
think-
is, white will go f3.
Yeah, I think Yeah, f4 is also okay. Not possible.
No,
Yeah, f3,
f4
f3.
wouldn't be great, because then f4 there'll be knight d3.
That's good.
Yeah, white now should be careful, I think, and play rook d1 to stop knight d3.
Yeah, I would do that.
Or actually, you could play bishop f4 maybe, but black will go d6.
I think f6.
f6.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah, f6.
That's a fork right there.
but I think white will win a pawn if f6 is being played.
Yeah, but the problem is that the two bishops will be unopposed, and after white's played, oh, that's a good move as well, guarding the bishop.
I think knight d2 now. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta be.
So that wasn't a good fork there to go knight d3 and fork the rook and the bishop?
No, then white would take the dark square bishop and also attack the other bishop.
Okay.
So the score is currently equal. It's 9-all with 6 more games to go.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, that knight has no future now on b.
But d6 is a weakness now, and bishop f2 will attack it in the future. So, I don't know. Probably white should just play some improving moves. Doubling rooks makes sense.
Yeah.
Black, I think, could try and go a5, a4, a3. And destabilize the c3 pawn. And then they can bring their other rook to attack it. Which looks like they're going for.
But if I was white now, I would just play knight d2.
Yeah, but then bishop c5 is coming, so it's like it's a bit give and take.
Bishop c5. Yeah.
Yeah, they've allowed a3. Okay. No, white's probably okay if they play a3 here. Or yeah, trades everything and plays a3. It's completely equal then. In fact, you might not even need to play a3. You could play bishop f2. Because a3 from not a threat anymore.
Knight e2 is also working.
Yeah, knight e2 looks good.
Yeah. And now you can bring your king in the game. So it's 10-9. Kazakhstan leading with a point.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, okay.
Yeah, white's got a nice advantage again, I think.
Looks even to me.
I don't know. White needs to just trade one more minor piece, and then I think they've got fairly good chances to win the endgame.
Yeah, the engine has just gone up like from 0 to 0.2 in favor of white, but I think 0.2 doesn't matter that.
H4 and then F4 or something. I don't know.
Oh, well, H4 I think is very risky because in the long run that's a pawn that you're going to have to protect. And you also don't want to play h4 and f4 because that would give away the g4 square, and you lose the pawn breaks on the king side. So I think white should probably try and not touch any of the pawns on the king side and just focus on bringing the king into the center, like Nimish. So king f2 here makes a lot of sense. I don't like b4.
And passing.
I thought he was gonna do that.
Yeah. b4 was a weak. But it's the kind of thing that the engine doesn't care that much because the engine will draw it no matter what. Wait, what?
What?
I guess, yeah, plus 0.2, yeah. What were we thinking?
Oh,
It was already over.
yeah.
That's like Hikaru when he resigned. I think he was.
Yeah, that was very weird. Did he get banned or something? What happened?
No, I think he probably must have went to sleep. I reckon because it's nearly 11 p.m. at that time.
Fell asleep and hit the resign button.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
just had to go.
This is a crazy game here. The board 6.
Well,
Three queens on the board.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
I'm watching the third board game between Omer and Kuyanj. So Kazakhstan needs 1.5 points more to win and 1 point for a draw.
What? Oh, you just lost. The Kazakhstan player just blundered his queen and the game.
Oh, no.
Well,
Very close, man.
well, I think here, well, if you're watching the fourth game, I think black should actually capture the bishop of white on e3.
What's the follow-up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, for starters, capturing the bishop on e3 blunders main too.
yeah.
So we shouldn't do that. If the rook captures the bishop on e3, then it's queen f7,
Yeah.
king h8, and queen f8 main.
Well, I think now it's probably queen c7. Okay, so he's offering an exchange. Okay,
That seems good.
so it's 11-10, pretty close match. Well, and now I think the sack will come if white ignores it.
Why?
Yeah, the rook into bishop sack can come if white ignores that. Oh, yes.
What does it do?
Yes, I think it's the engine has suddenly moved to 0-0. Oh, now it's back to 2 plus 2. Oh, it's now again 0. It's the sack. It's the sack.
Oh, of course, rook c2. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He's. Oh,
No one
he
wants
learned
to
his.
get.
I think it's pretty hard for the Pakistani players to find these moves at 11 p.m. night time, 11 or 10:30 p.m. night time.
You have to find a way to stop the check with. You're losing a pawn for sure. Or no, you're not.
He's aiming for a checkmate there. Okay.
Now now, oh no, no, it's still fine, I guess.
Well, he's aiming for a checkmate. Queen c6 is the only move there. Yeah.
Just trade the queens and rook e2. No. White doesn't want to win an endgame. They want to checkmate. Okay, just take the rook.
Oh, it's a free rook, I reckon. Nah. I think queen back to c6. Yes. Well, I think rook c2. No, not rook c2. Have to move his king to
What about
f3 and then rook c2, and then just there's a forced checkmate coming up.
Okay.
Now rook
Okay,
c.
yeah, rook d2. Okay.
Okay,
Whoa.
captures.
That's not gonna work.
Rook b7.
Yeah.
Captures g7. Oh wow, Kazakhstan 12-10.
And this will make it 13, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13.
So they.
Hold on, it actually isn't so obvious. I think white has to play rook e7. Okay, they found it.
Now it's winning.
Yeah. Should we check the
Resigns.
last game, see how it was doing? But Kazakhstan's won, right?
Yeah, 13-10. Well, probably MIXAQ shouldn't have resigned.
Yeah.
His mom called to dinner or something. I don't know.
Well,
Looks like
yesterday,
black is winning.
Sandy said to me that his mom popped in his room and told him some work to do, and he blundered in that game and went on losing it.
Okay, so the last one. Oh,
Wow.
There might be some stalemate trap. Like rook a5. Is this a draw?
No, it's showing mating 13 for black.
Yeah, but if black plays, for example,
Yeah.
f3, then it's a draw.
Yep.
I think black has to find
Bishop f3.
bishop
Oh, it's a draw. It's a draw.
That's funny. They should actually play rook f4. That's
But-
more
but can-
because that way
yeah.
the king can't run away. So they should play the rook. Oh, okay. This should win. Draw, I think, but
yeah. You can always chase the king around for 50 moves.
yeah, it would have been easier if you kept the rook on the f file though, and the king on the h file. But because now after king, oh no, there's no king f2. Actually, no, this is easy. Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
Yeah, the mad rook. It just sometimes, sometimes there's a square where the king can go somewhere, and the only check you have to do would be allow a pawn capture, which would undo the stalemate. I've seen that happen, but this isn't one of those.
Wow.
I knew it was coming. It was just, yeah, they had to move the bishop out of the way.
Or just not at 3, right?
yeah.
You could have done it.
Yeah,
Something
I
other
think he must have saw the current points and then thought that it's better to take a draw because they have already won that match.
Give us
I'm
some
like-
entertainment.
It was insane. Okay.
It's 13.5 to 10.5 the final score. So Kazakhstan wins 2-1 against Pakistan and keep their hope alive for the playoffs.
And that's it, right? We've seen all the games now, or are there some 960 ones still?
No. 960 is over. It was two games. One of the opener was played last week. One of them was played yesterday, and two of them were played today.
Oh, okay, really early.
Yeah, I had actually showed you the points table of Live 960 in the previous stream.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for this. Yeah, that was just okay because it's week 1 there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's all based on the average. Because the tie breaks are 0 for all the teams since it's just round 1, so all
Yeah.
the rankings were based on the average.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like 960.
Yeah.
I look forward to it in the next weeks.
Next week we have got good matches coming up. I'm not sure of streaming it. I'm probably going on a vacation next week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll update you if I'm there for streaming it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Uh,
Thanks a lot. Okay. Bye.
yeah. Thank
Bye,
you guys for joining. Yeah. Bye,
Okay.
Chris. Yeah. So guys, that was it. This week all matches are done. So guys, that was it. I'll update the points table and I'll have to okay. So Kazakhstan wins 13.5 to 10.5. Pakistan loses 13.5 to 10.5. Fifteen to 7. So with that, Kazakhstan moves on to 3.5 and Pakistan moves on to 4. So still Pakistan is ahead of Kazakhstan in the points table, but Kazakhstan have moved up to 8th spot. And Pakistan at 7th. So I update Kazakhstan against Pakistan. Wins, loss, and goes with 4 points, 3.5. Yeah. Well, guys, I have to update the points table. Wow, so Kazakhstan have boosted their average from 22 to 37.39 and 37.39. Yep. I have to calculate for Pakistan. $47.66 plus the what's the current average of Pakistan? 42.48. 45. Okay. So Pakistan also have increased their average. 45.07. Yeah. So I'll have to shuffle all the points. Well, thank you guys for joining. So I'll just repeat what was the result for today. So the first match of today was India versus Philippines bullet match in the Open League, which Philippines won. Then live 960 matches between Singapore Uzbekistan, which Singapore won 9 into -1. Then Australia versus Philippines, which Australia won 5.5 to 4.5, which was a close one, just with the barest of margins. Then we had match between India and Philippines, sorry, China and Singapore, in which China won both their matches against China and Singapore, in which both the matches were won against China of bullet and blitz. Then we had Philippines versus India, in which Philippines won both the matches. That means the whole day Philippines won 3-0 against India. China won 2-0 against Singapore. And then we had Pakistan versus Kazakhstan, which Kazakhstan won 2-1. Kazakhstan won rapid and bullet. Pakistan won blitz. Then we had Iraq versus Uzbekistan, which were absolute forfeit wins for Uzbekistan. So that was it from this week. Thank you guys for being there. Okay, so I just realized I had to calculate average of Iraq and Uzbekistan, so which I'll be doing now. So thank you guys for joining the stream. Bye. See you next week.